Hello everybody and welcome to another drawing and talking video with me, FreebieWits, your host, and today we're taking a look at another roleplay repository character, this one named Patches, and as the name suggests, yes, Patches is a puppet, or a ragdoll I suppose, a living, talking, walking, terrifying little ragdoll of a monster. He's king of the nightmares essentially, he lives in the dream world and he will go into your brain and do nasty things to you. Now, I say he, but it's an androgynous little doll thing. I don't think it has anything between its legs. It doesn't really have a gender. Doesn't consider itself a him or her. It's just an it. It's a toy. Well, a monster, I suppose. Now, last week I drew a literal anime villain type character, but Patches is a bit different in that I'm pretty sure they're specifically supposed to be horrifying, scary movie type character, really. This thing is a cross between Chucky and Freddy. Now, note, I've never actually seen those horror movies. I just know about them from watching Simpsons and hearing people talk about them on the internet. I do not plan to watch those movies. Screw watching scary movies. I do not like scary movies. They are scary. Now, Patches makes an interesting character in a D&D style world because you can only interact with them during the dream time. And I feel like characters being in dreams or even in shared dreams as a party is a great way to explore the characters themselves. Playing as Patches would of course likely not be possible. He's the BBEG, or at the very least a very large antagonist. If I were to run a game and have Patches involved somewhere, I would at least start the game with an investigation into why people aren't waking up. Have the players assume something to do with diseases or something to do with magic, which I suppose technically yes, magic is happening, and then eventually when the players go to sleep, that's when the real adventure begins. I would make the entire town and all the NPCs one big red herring. The players aren't supposed to figure out what's going on from the waking moments. They're supposed to go to sleep eventually and then figure out things from there. And it'd be even more terrifying if the players started taking shifts. In Dungeons & Dragons, when the party goes to sleep, it's very rare to have everyone go to sleep at the same time, unless they're in the safety of a city. But I could make it a small town, have it very common to have bandit attacks, tell them that, hey, maybe you should have someone woken up watching the place in the meantime, and then that one person going, okay, time to go to sleep, I'm gonna get my other friends to take the next watch and not being able to wake them. And then I would have the game go back and forth between the waking player trying to help their friends and the sleeping players. Now obviously if you do play this sort of game, you're going to make sure that the players don't play elves or warforged or characters that don't really need to sleep. Or this could still work because elves have to go into trance and warforged go into a sort of standby mode. So you could say something like, something's wrong with the warforged and elves. They are actually asleep for once in their entire lives in existence. This is weird. Something is going on. In fact, many of the affected NPCs could be elves in of themselves, which is why the players are investigating things, because elves sleeping, that is weird. That's kind of impossible. Once again, this is a Dungeons & Dragons style world where elves are kind of immune to sleep effects. As for a LARP, it could be possible. The actual doll itself can't really be played. They'd have to be an overarching, unseen enemy with everybody else playing the dream type monsters that could be summoned up and the dream world shaking. It'd be very narratively focused because I can't see someone running around saying, hey, I'm part of the dream, I'm gonna smack you and you can smack me back. I'm sure it's possible, but I can't think of how it's done. I am honestly sleep deprived, which, considering the subject of this drawing and talking video, is ironic, if that's how irony works anyways. Patches is one of those very interesting characters where, just by being involved, just by being in a roleplay, the implications are kind of endless. Like, they kind of warp the story around them because of how they work with the dreams. Their mere inclusion turns a roleplay session from, hey, a nice sitting down and chat at a cafe or an action-packed bank heist to, this is a dream nightmare things and the players have to get out. The other characters have to get out. Unless they really like nightmares and stuff, I suppose, or also denizens of this dream world. Like, I'm not going too deeply into this character sheet. It is pretty in depth with everything that's going on, and there are bits of text that you've kind of sort of highlight to actually read properly because they fade in and out. It's pretty elaborate, and hats off to the person who made Patches. Now, excuse me, I'm going to finish this video and go to sleep and hopefully not dream about Patches. Anyways, that's my drawing and talking video about Patches, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.